The following is a presentation of KBTC Profiles.
I'm Ed Dominguez. I'm the lead naturalist and program director at Seward Park Audubon Center. I was very fortunate to grow up in a mountain town, Mount Shasta, Dunsmuir. They're small towns at the base of Mount Shasta in the southern Cascade Range, the same mountain range that runs right through Washington State and ends up in Northern California. So I grew up right in the woods, right with mountains all around me. And my parents were both very interested in the outdoors, and my dad was an amateur naturalist. And growing up in this mountain town, he took me out from a very young age, from when I could barely walk, and was showing me deer and bear, which were abundant in that area, different birds, different trees, very lasting, powerful messages to me as, a 5-year-old boy growing up about the importance of not just people, but all creatures in the wildlife. My father connected me with the natural world, and I really want to help people get connected with the natural world. And I find working here in the center that many people are really interested in the natural world. Our lives are just so busy and so hectic that many times they can't find the time or the energy or the motivation to get out and to do it. So we offer programs here at our center designed to bring in our local community and connect them with the beauty of nature that's right here in Seward Park.
So we're part of the Audubon network, and a lot of people think of us as being a birding group, but we're actually a conservation organization. What we strive to do is connect as many people as possible where they're at, where they are in their lives, and give them conservation opportunities. Ed has this way of delivering that stuff that makes people come back and want to, find out more. And we really, really value what he does here for us at the center.
So we are open to the public Wednesday through Saturday, and we do programs that are scheduled, like bat tracks and owl prowls and things like that, but also people just wander in and sometimes ask questions about plants or birds, and Ed is always our go-to guy, because a lot of us know about plants and birds, but Ed pretty much knows it all. He is like a walking encyclopedia of knowledge about the natural world. It's amazing.
Ed is truly one of the best naturalists I've ever seen. He's a natural-born teacher. Ed Dominguez, music teacher by day, naturalist by evening and weekend. So, really wonderful teacher.
All birds have hollow bones, which helps aid in the weight-to-lift ratio. Well, I've always had two loves in life, music and the outdoors. Eventually there comes a time where you have to make a choice. And although I loved them both, I decided that for a career path I would go with music. So I got a bachelor's and a master's in music, and I've been a teacher of music in the public schools for a total of 30 years. I've done both band and choir in the schools, mostly band. So I've been really fortunate to be able to live my two big passions in life and get paid for doing them. So what could be better?
So I received an email one day from an Ed Dominguez about being interested in the Master Urban Naturalist program. And I knew that name immediately because Ed Dominguez was my music teacher when I was in 5th and 6th grade in Edmonds, at Edmonds Elementary. And so I wrote him back. I said, "Oh, thank you so much. We'd love to have you as part of the program. Do you happen to be the Ed Dominguez who's a music teacher in the Edmonds School District?" And sure enough, he wrote me right back and he said, "Yeah, that's me. I still teach music up here." And I just couldn't believe that after so many years we had re-encountered through nature. I didn't realize actually that he had such a wealth of knowledge about the natural world. I just thought he knew everything about music, but turns out he knows a lot more than just that.
Music's always been an integral part of my life. And it really helps with an important part of being a naturalist, which is birding by ear. Many of these birds are hard to see because they're way up in the trees, but they all make a distinctive bird song. And birding by ear can be intimidating for people because at first it all sounds the same, but I found that being a musician really helps, because being a musician you deal with things like rhythm, timbre, which means the quality of sound, and recognizing patterns of notes and how they fit together with pitch and sound and tempo. And so I use that when I teach my birding by ear classes to help people that here's how all of these sounds of chittering and twittering, you can start to pick out what each one is. And it's great to see people's faces as I get it now. Oh yeah, okay, that's the song sparrow. It sounds like Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Deep, 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 and then it has a bunch of trills and warbles. So keep your ears open for any shrieks. Well, I lead owl prowls here, and we use mnemonics a lot. For example, we have the barred owl. The mnemonic we use is the barred owl says, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all?" The great horned owl, which is a big owl that has feather tufts on top of its head, has a deep voice, and it gives a vocalization that's 3 syllables followed by 2 syllables. And the mnemonic I use is, "Who's awake? Me too." I think everyone has an innate desire to connect with nature and the outdoors. I think it's just hardwired into our DNA. With our culture and our society, it's very easy to become isolated from that. But I think everybody has that desire. And so I'd like to say that there's ways to get out and connect with it, from those little endorphins that are popping off in your brain as you recognize that, oh, there's a bald eagle, and I like that, to breathing in the aroma of a Douglas fir tree in the summer as the sun hits the bark and warms it up and you smell that wonderful smell, to hearing the sound of cottonwood leaves rustling in a breeze in November as a storm's coming in, feeling the air, smelling, all of our senses being awakened. It's very rewarding, and it's all right here, and it's easy to do. So come out and get exposed to it, and it'll enrich your life.
KBTC profiles are available at kbtc.org.